Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry. Max has joined me out of the goodness of his heart. Isn't that kind? Yeah. So, if you've been living under a rock, you probably don't know that Everton will be playing Southampton in the League Cup tomorrow. So yeah, now you do know. There you go. We're going to give you a little preview into that match, but just a disclaimer. The players that these managers are going to be rolling with tomorrow, it's hard to say. We're going to be doing our best when it comes to our starting 11 segment, which will be coming after this one. But it's going to be even harder for us to predict who Southampton is going to be starting and rolling with. So we'll do our best, but don't hate on us, por favor. At least not for that. You can say, Gerry, you should shave. That's fine. That's true. That kind of hate is fine and warranted. So Southampton is 16th in the table right now. They have 7 points. They just recently lost to Wolves 2-0. Yeah, they're not off to a great season so far.
No.
Not looking terrific. And it would not shock me if they have a different manager around Christmas time.
It's one of the pitfalls of having the atypical old-fashioned English managers, isn't it? You know, if things go south, that cycle of sacking your manager by Christmas, getting someone in to save you by the May, it's what happens. I feel for Southampton because they just don't have the calibre of player that they used to. You look back at some of them players that they had, Morgan Schneiderlin, Nathaniel Klein, Sadio Mane. They even had Toby Alderweireld. That's crazy. I completely forgot he ever played for them. But they did have a list of really, really good players, and Virgil van Dijk, you've got to add to that as well. That quality, just the quality pools just seem to have gone thinner and thinner and thinner, and they're paying for that now because I just don't feel like they've got a player with the technical or physical ability to be a breakout, so to speak.
I personally think they have a strong enough defense, and I think they've got a strong enough center midfield pairing. I wish they would play James Ward-Prowse more because I think he's a quality player. But they didn't. They didn't play him they didn't start him last match. He's a guy that I feel like when you're a team that blends together quality purchases with a good academy, and they have a reputation of churning out good young players from their academy. Personally, I think you need to blend the two. That's sort of what Everton is beginning to do. We're beginning to do that.
Similarly, we've always kind of had that tag too of always churning through a good calibre of young player, and Southampton most definitely have that too. You'd only have to look as far as Theo Walcott and look at what he's doing for us, because he's been since we've got him in, he's been a huge upgrade on the wing for us. So yeah, they do. They bring through some really good young players, but as you say, and it's hard to put your finger on because they survived by the skin of their teeth last season, and they just look like they're in for another scrap again.
Yeah. I mean, you look at who they started, and I think there's some quality here. I think McCarthy is a decent keeper. All right. Yeah. They also started in their last match Cedric Suarez. He's a player who's very good going forward. I don't know a lot about his defensive capabilities, but he's really good going forward.
Yeah.
And I know when Coleman had his injury, I was secretly hoping we would put in a bid for Suarez. Not that Southampton would have sold to us, but it would have been. I felt like he's a good player. I mean, they recently purchased Vestergaard.
Vestergaard's an absolute monster. I was a huge fan of him at Gladbach, but they did. I done me Southampton opposition view from a few weeks back before we played them at home, and they have had a really good summer. They brought in some strong players, but as I say, have they got the potential to become of the quality of all those players that they previously had that Liverpool or bigger clubs kind of took from them? I don't think so. we should steamroll this one, Jerry. I do believe that, especially after that performance. I think we just got to keep the momentum going. No disrespect to Southampton at all, but we just got to look to keep the flow of goals and the flow of results coming our way.
See, I think Southampton's biggest issue is their manager. Period. I mean, they've also been starting the big Dutch center back, Hout Bertrand at left back. That's a quality left back. Højbjerg, that's a good player. Mario Lemina. These are players that can do a job. Redmond is a dangerous player who always decides, you know what, I'm going to score against Everton this time just because I always do.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like up front they're a little weak with Ings and Austin. They're those clinical finishers, but they're not dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on the counter, they're more of those that, you know, Ings is opportunistic. Austin is as well, but Austin is also good in the air. You know, these are players that can finish, but they can't really make a lot of their own shots if they were to receive the ball around the 18. You know?
Yeah, there's the case to be made there that, you know, obviously you listed that midfield. You know, Lemina is also a great player. I think so myself. But, you know, there's the case to be made that maybe the players are underperforming then. I mean, obviously, I'm not a Southampton expert by any means, but you know, you list these players individually and you think they could come together, you know, cohesively and be a lot higher in the table than 16th. I know it's only early days, but there seems to be a sense of doom and gloom. I know they got beat last game by Wolves 2-0 and they got beat 3-0 by Liverpool the game before that, and, you know, not even scoring goals, as you say. We've got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why. I mean, maybe James Ward-Prowse is injured, but if you got somebody who's good in the air like Austin, and you've got these enormous center backs, why are you not playing someone who's magnificent on set pieces? Yes. I don't get that. I just, maybe me dumb. I don't know. But it just makes sense. I mean, maybe he's injured. I just didn't see him on the injury list when I was researching Southampton. But maybe the few websites I checked were inaccurate.
We'll see.
Yeah. So obviously dangerous players. Redmond is lively. He is quick. And if we have someone who doesn't have much pace matching up with him, it may be a problem. I feel like he often... I don't know if he plays left or right wing typically.
Sure, it's left.
I thought it was left when they played us last.
Yeah.
So that's... But if that's the case, he could be matching up against Kenny. And Kenny, although a very good defender, I don't know if he's I don't know if it is. It's a good test. Yeah. I don't know if he'll be able to keep up with them. You know, and there are other dangerous players. I mean, I think you got they're strikers who can score goals.
You've got to mention Danny Ings, haven't you? Particularly against Everton.
Yeah.
So he's got the tendency to bloody score against us, but
I got kind of pissed at him last game. I got angry watching him last game. He just seemed like he was being a dick, but...
Yeah, you've got to hope we've wised up to this zonal marking thing, because that was where we fell short last time.
What we've been doing lately is just not allowing any corners.
No, I know. My uncle came up with a fantastic little soundbite when we were coming home from the match the other day. He went, fresh air doesn't score goals, players do. Mm-hmm. So, and that is, it's true. Think about it, you know. That is the perfect counter argument to the zonal marking thing. I mean, players are the ones that score goals.
If they learn the system, though, I'm all for them perfecting the system. It's just the learning period that, you know.
Yeah, it takes time to adjust to.
That's an interesting thing as a manager. The patience that would be required. The reward would be great, but the meantime, you know, the buffer in which you're learning, it's tough. So. Prediction. What do you think's going to happen?
2-11.
I've got 2-1. Everton.
Possibly. I just think, obviously, with them not scoring in the last two games, and our defence, by all accounts, looking strong, that should be enough. And I think we need to weed out being that one-off club You know, the one-off where you know, if you're going through a goal drought, or Everton will give you the goal. You know, we need to weed that out. We need,
Yeah.
so a strong performance here go a long way.
I'm thinking that if we're starting backup keeper, which we might be, if we're starting some defensive players that haven't been playing a lot lately, which we might be, I think there is a higher possibility of allowing a goal. That's why I've got 2-1, because I don't think it'll be an entirely new defensive setup, but I could see there being 3 if you include a keeper coming in to play this one. So that's the only reason because if we play our defensive setup from the other day, from Saturday, I think we do get another clean sheet, and I feel good about that.
As do I.
So, anyway, okay, that segue, that'll take us into the next video. So stay tuned for that one, which we'll be talking about possible starting 11 setups. I'm really curious to see what Max says. He said he had a weird setup, so I'm expecting to see Kieran Dowell playing center back or something. I don't know what he's got in store, but we'll check that out soon. So, but yeah, stay tuned for that. So, but that's the end of our Southampton preview. League Cup coming your way. All right. If you've been digging the videos, please subscribe. We're just over 1,200, and you're just nice for doing that. Please subscribe to the Toffee Blues Everton fan channel. We'd appreciate it. Also, Max can be found on the Toffee Blues website, where he presents analysis and does match reports, all other kinds of knowledge-dropping stuff about Everton. However, he has other things on other websites, sometimes about other teams. Check out his Twitter page, and he'll sit there and give you all kinds of updates and links on where to find more him. I guess that's it. Let's go do a starting 11 segment and wrap up all this. So,
let's go.